Hi, lovelies. This is Miss Geneva Tarot, and this is your love and money reading. All right, so we are coming the week of August 18th to I believe the 24th. And we are going to be doing all 12 zodiacs, you guys. And I apologize for not staying up with these videos, but I am back and feeling better than ever. And we are really going to start really getting into this, okay, you guys? So bear with me. All right, so we're going to start with Aries and with Pisces. Again, we're going to cover love and money. We're going to start back into this weekly. So share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get this radio started. All right, I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guides, what messages do you have around Aries singles? Give me some direct answers right now. You guys, I thought this had a timer on it. Oh, it does. Awesome. So I'm going to keep track of the times as we go. All right. Wow. So a lot of you Aries are doing some healing. Okay. And that's all right. You're feeling a little bit conflicted about putting yourself out there. And the guys want you to know that this time is needed, you know, to get your passion back, to be open again, to take the time to heal. I want to show you guys these cards. Look at this. Heal. And this is an outcome. Receptivity. Being able to accept love again, to be yourself again, to feel passionate. And when we have that, you know, passion building within us, we're putting off that energy, and so many people become drawn to that. So I feel like you're in a healing period, but that's going to make you more receptive and open to love, not far out. So that's a beautiful sign to see. So don't be scared or feel like you're missing out by, you know, not really putting yourself out there, because as I always tell you guys, your energy is the most important, right? And for some of you, you're pretty wounded. You had somebody come into the picture that was probably even, you know, like maybe love bombing you, giving you a lot of attention, and they were being manipulative. They were being you know, honest in some way to you. I got the innocence card in reverse, okay? And they might have been trying to hide their manipulation by love bombing you, whatever it may be. But I feel like they were definitely flowering you with attention. And this was a little unexpected. So be easy on yourself if this message is for you, Aries, okay? Because, you know, we all need time to heal. And when we don't take that time out to heal, we just end up bleeding on others, right? Self-sabotaging ourselves, things of that nature. So I'm proud that you are doing so. All right, so awesome. Moving forward to career money for Aries. Guys, what do we see? Wow, celebrations just popped right out of the deck. So that's a great sign. That shows emotional contentment, maybe people working good together. So maybe some more harmony in the workplace. Yeah, there was some kind of two-facedness. There was some kind of weirdness in people putting up fronts maybe in the workplace. Maybe that's what you've been doing. The guys are saying it's needed right now. I mean, that's the reality of it is, you know, sometimes in the workplace, we can't just always put all our emotions of how we feel of something out there. And I feel like, you know, you're ready to let it go. You know, it didn't resonate with you, but this letting it go and not really participating with whoever was trying to, you know, cause problems is just what's bringing in this. Okay. So if you just went through that, you know, kudos to you. If you're going through it, don't participate. I have the participation card in reverse. So if somebody's being two-faced or it feels like they are, just back up. They're not worth your time and energy. You know, you don't want to start participating and kind of birth some issues that are unneeded, you know, because this person, you know, that's just the way they are. Let them be them. Who cares? Because you're going to be celebrating, enjoying life. Everybody's going to be working together better by just, you know, ignoring and letting that go. All right. So love seeing that. For you guys that are out looking for a new job and, you're curious if you're going to get a job offer, know that you can sit back. It's in the bank, the guides are saying. So if you put out a lot of applications, know that taking more efforts, at least in the moment, if a little bit of time comes by and you don't hear from anybody, definitely start putting yourself out there again. Don't be like Miss Geneva said, I could just be lazy, because that's what I'm kind of seeing here. Laziness, but that's not saying to be lazy. It's saying to take a time out because you're abundant enough. The universe is going to support you in that. And before you know it, you're going to have an offering coming in. This is all about mindset and energy. And matter of fact, you're being guided somewhere. So no more effort on your part is going to get you to where you need to be because everything is just kind of happening either way. All right. See this? So you can take a breather. Maybe even drink a pina colada if that's, something you like to do. All right. Awesome. Aries, I am a keen psychic. If you don't know already, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All my links are down below. All right. So we are moving forward to Taurus. Oh, that's 6:20. All right, Taurus, thank you for being here. We're going to go right into love for singles. Guys, what are you seeing? Give me some direct answers right now for Taurus. Oh, wow. I almost bent that card in half. That's how, it was important for the guys to get it out there. That was crazy. I've never really quite had that happen before, but this wanted to come out of the deck. So I see a raise in passion, excitement for life. Maybe you're doing some traveling, really feeling you. But this vibe is really going to call people in. It's going to attract people because you're so excited and have lots of fun. And they're just kind of confirming the guides are what I'm saying here. The Two of Wands is a passionate card of two people coming together, having possibilities. So there could be more than one showing interest in you. Definitely could be of lovers, more than commitment, Taurus. But either way, I see it rewarding and fun if that's something you want to entertain. And, with time, you might even find, this might be a lover while you're traveling. Wow, look at this, Taurus. Look at the traveling card attached to the lover's card. Interesting. Maybe it was summer's love. Either way, I feel like it's kind of, helping you get your mojo back and, really realize that you can have happiness in life. You can have love in life. And you're starting to really manifest and call in your person, Taurus. So even if you're not like having summer love, maybe there's going to be this little fling or, just this little connection that really gets you excited. And I feel like this person's going to be matching as well. So love it, Taurus. Love seeing that for you. And we are moving forward to, I almost said love, career and money. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now around money for Taurus. These cards are thick and do not want to shuffle, you guys. Look at them. They're just flying everywhere. I think the guys are getting impatient with me. All right, let's go. I think, I always get this rebel card for Taurus because they always, kind of create a path of their own. Even if like they're working for somebody, they tend to have side jobs, side hobbies that bring in money in, or maybe they're doing some trading, some bartering, something of the nature of that. But right now you're feeling like that, that's maybe kind of worked against you a little bit. And maybe this is not for everybody, but some of you that have kind of created your own path when it comes to career, finances, you're feeling like your existence doesn't matter, so maybe some commercial businesses that came in or cheaper than you. Maybe you can't, afford advertisement, or you can't figure out how to get yourself out at the level that you need to be seen, to, get yourself where you need to be. So you feel like it's almost working against you, but the guides are saying, hey, this is for you. This is what you felt called to do. Stick with it. It's not always, going to be at the top, right? Our energies fluctuate. So does our career a little bit. And I'm not seeing you taking no huge downfalls. I feel like this is more just, a moment in time, maybe not getting that much attention, but I feel like it's soon to come. All right. And this could be coming through friends. Maybe they're going to introduce you to some people. Maybe they have some work for you, something on the lines of that, but you're making connections. And what might feel like, is disastrous now, it's not flourishing for you, you're soon going to find out is clearing air, that's not an issue at all. And maybe it was just this Mercury retrograde we had coming through here recently, and the guys are saying, let go of any kind of negative thinking because you're a great manifester. And the last thing we want you to do is be manifesting any kind of financial issues. Okay, so let's look at the moment. Remember the abundance you pulled in the past. Remember what a big creator you are, and start visualizing, start feeling and reaping the amazing feelings of, having what it is that you desire, being abundant, feeling stable if you don't have that, things of that nature. And building of your emotions, building of your energy is what's going to really pivot this into a new direction. All right, Taurus. And for you guys that, are not having any kind of issues financially, but maybe your thought base are bringing in some worrisome thoughts, the guys are saying to have trust and faith in you. Okay, that you came this far. You have manifested all of this all on your own. So stay strong, stay bold, stay assertive in what you know, and that's you can make it and be abundant. All right, Taurus, very awesome. As always, I'm here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out on Keen. Links down below, you guys. And we are moving forward to Gemini at 11:51. All right. Hi, Gemini. How are you today? We're going to start right into love. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now around love. Wow, you just feel like, you've put yourself out there, you've attempted in some ways, and you still feel lonely. You still feel isolated from other people. You were wanting commitment. You weren't looking for no hookup, right? You weren't looking for somebody to meet up with and have these little romantic getaways. And that's pretty specific. But you were really wanting something serious, and you're a little exhausted when it comes to love. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you. So you're just really not pursuing it, even though you've left this door open, hoping that, sooner or later, somebody worthwhile is going to walk right through that baby. And you are just not open to the lover situation. Maybe that's something you've did, or you're just not open and at any time in your life whatsoever. I mean, whatever it may be, this is just not for you, right? I get it all in a negative form and say, hey, don't come at me with that hoochie coochie energy, right? And, I got to tell you, I keep getting this travel card in reverse. And travel cards in reverse. So like maybe things get to a certain level and then they just kind of stop, where you think that it's, a dream come true, that you're building on emotions, you're about to take it to the next level, and people are kind of backing up on you. My suggestion, my dear, is, well, for one, the guides are saying to be a little bit more courageous, just leaving that door open. It's not going to, call in your person. Okay. We got to let go of that sorrow. We got the sorrow card here in reverse form, saying release it, let it go. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're processing, and that's okay. We don't have to be looking for love and putting ourselves out every moment of the day. Matter of fact, I suggest not to whatsoever. Just do you, live a happy life, be passionate, and, people are going to be drawn to you, okay? But this is what I'm seeing, is your courage building around love. And look at this, you've had a lot of bad circumstances maybe around love, to where it's hard to open your heart again. But like this flower, you're just, determined to flourish, grow, be happy, and have what you need, what you want in your life. Okay. So I like seeing that through you. And that's what's going to cause this breakthrough, overcoming, past obstacles, and open your heart once again and calling in your real person. All right, very cool, Gemini. We're going to move forward to love, or excuse me, career and finances. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers around career and finances. You're ready for a change. And maybe not a whole career change. Maybe it's just an energy shift, upgrading to call it in what you really want with your, your goals and your career field. I got transformation. So maybe you're just at the beginning, maybe you're just getting out of school, or maybe you're just, low on the totem pole and you're ready to get up here. But the guides are saying you're on your way and you don't even know how amazing this is going to be. It's beyond your illusion. The success that you can call in to your life. Look at this. The flowering card. This is abundance card. This is a queen, and it can be a male as well, but this is somebody mastering finances. This is a person that's knowledgeable, that's managing things. This could be a manager, it could be a boss, things of that nature. Okay, but definitely stability, having enough money to feel secure, to take good care of themselves and to live the abundant life that they really truly desire and breakthrough. So you're on your way. I mean, that's all I can say, Gemini, is that you are making it happen. Okay, so just stay on track. Your thought bases are what's bringing you there. Like the guides are saying, you consciously know what you need to do, and what you don't need know yet, you don't need to know yet. All right. So stay on track. Don't worry so much what's going to happen too far in the future, and just follow your intuition. Consciously, you're going the right directions. You're making good decisions. You're guiding yourself through messages from your higher self. Okay. So stay on track. And this is what's coming. Transformation beyond your illusion. You just have to stay courageous, Don't get caught up in anything that you look as failures, which I just see as lessons, honestly, stepping stones for you to build on, get knowledge from. Okay. So this is you. This is you making enough money to create whatever it is in life that you really want. All right, Gemini. I love seeing this for you. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. You guys need me, you know where to find me. I'm a keen psychic, and my link is right down below. You can read my readings or come right in for a reading, you guys. Okay, so we are moving forward to Cancer. Hi, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get right into your love reading. Love for singles. Guys, what do we see for Cancer around love? Give us some direct answers right now. Wow, some of you have had a chip on your shoulder. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have, but something has been weighing on you and you are letting it go. And I am happy to see that for you. You're letting go of past situations. You're getting your passion back. You're starting to understand why things happen the way that they happen. It wasn't meant to be. There was lessons attached. It's all coming very clear to you. Okay. And you're being guided. All this is part of your path, lessons you were meant to go through so you could get to where you need to be in life. And this is around love, you guys. So this is guiding you to your person. Okay. Wow. And I feel like, you feel like you're just hitting roadways in life in general, right? Like you just can't seem to get a smooth path going. Like there's just one obstacle after next. So you can just like focus into trying to get love and all that stuff. And the guy's just saying, be patient. One step at a time, you're building a life of your dreams and you're on the right path. You need to trust in you. You need to trust in what you know in your heart. And remember that you're being guided. So follow that intuition. That's your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors, past over loved ones, giving you a little nudge in the right direction. Okay. So I love seeing this for you, that you're just letting go. I got the mental burden, letting go of what's been happening, because there's a lot of happiness right around the corner. All right, Gemini. Wow. We're going to move right into career and finances. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Did you guys see that? Cards just went flying out the deck. You're wanting to take control. Something that has happened is weighing on you, and you're about determined not to have that situation again. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was a job loss, a money loss, whatever it is. But you're like, no, never again will I go through that, right? You feel very dispassionate about it. And honestly, you know, I like the determination. I like that you're setting plans into motion. But at the same time, you're kind of doing it because you're freaking out, right? So we got to get rid of this kind of little stressed energy, worrying about the future. And I feel like you're on the right path. You know that you're getting there. So be easy on yourself. It doesn't need to happen all today. But we need to let this go, because whatever happened has no bearing on your success as time goes. Absolutely none. It's nothing but a stepping stone, knowledge from you to learn from, and it has no bearing. As a matter of fact, whatever you put into the universe on a positive level from that experience is coming back to you. So if you invested money, let's say, and you lost that investment, now you're scared. You're freaking out about putting more money into an investment. It's like, do I make good decisions? Am I knowledgeable enough? Am I going to take another loss? You just need to learn the lesson and move forward, because you could win all that back, because what you throw out into the universe comes back to you if you allow it, right? So let's keep on track of having trust and faith that you are on track. You are right where you need to be, and there isn't no losses. Okay, it's just part of your journey. You're part of your journey to abundance that's now here for the taking. And it feels like you just keep hitting bumps, right? Let go of that. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that that's going to be an ongoing thing for you. Thought bases like, oh, of course it did. Well, I should have known. Yeah, that's my luck. We got to let that stuff go. We're jinxing ourselves. We're calling in negative energy, because the reality of it is the universe doesn't know what's negative, what's positive to you. It doesn't. It doesn't know what your likes are, what your dislikes are, or any of the difference. It knows what your energy is. So if your energy is like, oh, I always fail, or I always have all these obstacles, oh, it's always harder for me, then that is exactly what you're calling in. So we have to stop dwelling on that, right? And I know it's our human instinct. I'm not griping at you, but let's upgrade. Let's start, using our brain power, our energy to create what it is that we really want. So daydream and think big, okay? Because you can manifest anything and everything that you want in your life. And the guides are confirming it. Look at this. Consciously calling in breakthroughs, receptivity, all right? Having patience with yourself, with the universe, your career. It's all building one moon at a time. Look at that. All coming to fruition, okay? And you're going to soon be reaping all the amazing benefits. All right, Cancer. We are going to move forward to career. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I guess we're moving forward to Leo. Wow. You guys have to forgive me. I get a little loopy in these readings. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I love reading for you guys, and I can't wait to, read for you one-on-one if I'm not already. Don't hesitate to reach out. All links down below. All right, we are moving forward to Leo. Hi, Leo. I'm so happy you're here with me today. I'm going to be doing my best to stay on track with these videos. So please make sure you're subscribing, liking, showing a little bit of love. All right. So we're going right into love. Love for singles. Guys, what do we see for Leo around love for singles? Give me some details right now. Wow, Leo. So if somebody's been talking to you, and that's all they've been doing, maybe you're already getting the feel that this is a situation that they're wasting your time, right? Here's the outcome: sorrow if you allow it. I feel like this person comes off as a good catch. They're mature, you know, they're emotionally stable, they make good money, you know, all that goodness. And you're like, wow. And they were just maybe talking up a storm, being very loving to you, very kind, okay? And they have or will be backing up. All right. So I hate to be the barrier of bad news around that, Leo. But I honestly don't want to see you get to this point of, you know, being like, what the heck? Because I see it kind of being a mind, yeah, you know, and I had this conversation with my friend the other day. You know, that's my new description of certain people in love connections. They are the mind, you know, just trying to be nice for YouTube and just, you know, block out my own cuss words here. But I think you get the point, right? So they come in as this classy person that has all their self together, and all they're really doing is playing games with you. They're wasting your time. And here's the guides confirming what I'm saying. Being two-faced. So watch yourself, okay? Watch yourself, because you're not seeing everything clearly about this person. All right, I hate to say that, but that's what I see today. And I feel like, you know, you could pivot into a different direction, save yourself a lot of trouble with that person. That's what the guys are suggesting here. New vision, new outlook. And I see a rebel coming in, somebody bold, somebody who walks a different path and giving you their soul attention. All right, wow. So I'm happy to see that, Leo. We are moving forward to career and money for Leo. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. Wow. You have no idea how much abundance you can call into your life. That is really your obstacle right now is, you know, first card, beyond your illusion. What is out here for the taking for you? You are having a lot of things, or you had been having a lot of things rocky on your mind. Maybe you made some bad decisions with money, career, you know, maybe you wish you would have went in a different direction in life, school, whatever it may be. You're really letting it weigh on yourself, and you feel like you are a fault of why you have had financial issues, or you're not as abundant as you truly desire to be. All right. So some of you, you may be doing okay, but it's not where you want to be. Right. And, you know, the guys, again, oh my goodness, this is wild, Leo. I put extra cards on my deck because I'm, you know, I just love to do these things. In this deck, I have, or in this lay, we have both of these cards saying beyond your illusion. Okay. And what abundance is coming towards you? How amazing is that? So this is all out here for the taking of something that you haven't even, you know, it's so great, so amazing. You can't even imagine it from where you're standing or with the mindset you're having right now. Okay. The guys are saying, go with the flow more, be more emotionally content, allow yourself to feel more stable, more happy in the moment, you know, daydreaming, fantasizing, building. All these emotions are just, you know, multiplying, if you will, as your abundance is multiplying too, because you already have it out there. It's already there for the taking, you know, is what I'm getting here. You just have to let go and go with the flow. Let it create, let it build. you know, without all this freaking out and feeling guilty about any kind of past situations, because you are right where you need to be. And you're about to be more successful than you ever thought imaginable. All right, Leo, I'm here for you. Links down below. You can read my ratings, reach out to me, book a reading. And we are moving forward to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here today. All right, so we're going right into love for singles. Guides, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. Virgo. Ooh. Did you recently have a breakup with somebody? Some of you had a breakup. There was a lot of fighting. You're hiding. Maybe they're hiding from you. You're trying to act like you're unbothered. Maybe that's the projection they're putting up onto you. There's definitely been a detachment that's weighing on you, if it was recently or not. But for some of you, I definitely feel like this is very, very recent, maybe even happening in the moment. This coming very clear that, you know, this is over. It really is, you know. There's not going to be a recovery here for majority of you. And you know what? I think that's best for you. This is what you're going to get out of the isolation from this person, not being in contact with this person. Okay, so this is a withdrawal. This is no messages, no communications. And this is how you're going to feel about it once you process it all. You're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel like you made good decisions by leaving that person behind or in the relationship. Okay. I meant to point out the innocence card here. All right. And you're going to be able to heal. You're going to be able to move forward, be receptive and open for new love because you're now shutting this out. You realize what it is. You realize it's toxic, that you don't need anymore, and that you're backing away. Okay. And this is where it's going to put you in a lot healthier position than what you've been in, you know, this relationship here, or feeling attached to this past relationship. Okay. And for some of you, I feel like it's just been a healing process where, you know, you're just looking at the past and it was so vivid, so beautiful, why everything's so dull and, you know, not the way it needs to be in the moment. All right. And the guys are saying to build your courage, because here's what's the outcome for you. I'm getting, you know, like almost like power couple energy. Even if you guys aren't in business together, you're very much supportive of one another. You're there for one another. You're involved in all aspects of each other's life. Like you are best friends, right? And I would say definitely abundant. You know, you could be working together. You both are making good money from what it looks like, you know, and it looks like a really happy, good life. You're both thinking about family. You're thinking about home life. Your focus is where it needs to be. So I wouldn't worry about this past situation because everything happened the way it needed to be to get you right here. All right. So I'm happy to see that for you, Virgo. Moving forward to career and finance. Oh, we got cards flying out the deck, you guys. Wow. Okay, so some of you guys got something going on bad at work, or you did, right? There were some things you didn't see, maybe some two-faced people. I would say there was definitely some two-faced people. It wasn't just things you didn't see or understand. You were manipulated in some way, or people were talking about you, playing games with you in some way. And, you know, this has caused you some financial burdens, or maybe you're backing off from taking extra hours. Maybe you even quit because you were like, oh, my goodness, you know. And I would hate to say it, but for some of you, it might even be that somebody, you know, conned you. You might come across a con artist in some manner that it could even involve two people. So, yeah. So it's an unfortunate event. And I feel like, you know, it's causing you some fears, some lack of courage of putting yourself out in other ways. Even though you're trying to, you're building your passion, you're trying to let the sorrow go, get your mojo back. And I feel you will. The schizophrenia card doesn't, necessarily mean mental illness, but it does show racing thoughts, negative thinking, maybe making, thinking things up more than what they are because, a past situation weighing on you, be like, oh, these people are going to end up talking about me, or I'm going to end up having issues with this person because, that's what always happens to me. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just giving examples of, how we can let the past weigh on us that we need to let go of, and kind of, not fight our growth, right? Because I feel like mentally you're still arguing with them. You're still carrying on about it. Like, I'm a good worker. I did good. This is them. Let it go. You know what you are. You know what you're capable of. And I would just release all of that and refocus into, harmony, because you are on the right path. This past life card tells me whatever you're doing in this life or going to be doing, you are also doing in your past life. So whatever your passion is, whatever you feel drawn to, that is what you're meant to do. Okay. So that's very interesting, fact there, Virgo. So don't let anybody get you off track to your life purpose. All right. All right. So, wow, Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I'm here for you. My link is down below. You can get personalized readings from me, or you can read my ratings. All right, so moving forward to Libra. Hi, Libra. Thank you so much for being here. I'm shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. And we're moving right into your love reading. Love reading for singles. And we already have cards popping up out of the deck, you guys. We got passion. We have the friendliness card. So maybe you recently met someone or you're crushing on a friend, but there could be some building of passion between the two of you. I'm not quite sure yet. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And, I would entertain this, you guys. I'm seeing this person is very beautiful or very handsome. This is somebody very loyal, looking for commitment and very focused into you as well. So if you were curious if this person was matching your energy, I would say they definitely are. Yeah, I feel like you're unaware of, their thought basis. Maybe they're giving you a little bit of attention. This could be in a workplace. And you're like, are they just being friendly or are they hitting on me? Are they coming up with reasons to speak to me? It's kind of what I'm getting. And sometimes they can be distant and, maybe they're just trying to not, give that impression. But they definitely do at times look for reasons to speak to you, to be close to you. And yeah, look at this. They're definitely wanting this to build passionately. So very, very interesting. I definitely feel like there's potential here. So if you've met somebody in the workplace that gets you excited, that you think might be crushing on you as well, I would say that is a yes. All right, Libra singles. Whatever messages do we have for Libra singles? That does not resonate with. Wow, Libras, I'm getting something about commitment coming soon to come. They're saying prepare yourself. I'm getting something moving to the next level. So I don't know if you've been dating someone, whatever it is, but the guys are saying be patient here. Dreams are coming true. This is what I'm getting. So I feel like you know better than I do who exactly this person is. They could be very nurturing. They could be kind. They could have been very patient with you, have definitely been patient in waiting on getting commitment from you or vice versa. But it's about to move to the next level. Yeah. So that's super cool. And this is what I'm seeing. I have the dream card. So your dreams and this person's dreams coming true in this relationship. So you guys are a blessing to one another. We just got to release all of this about past things, any guilt you're carrying around past relationships, any arguments you're still fighting in your head. Let it all go. Get ready because your happiness is here. All right, very cool. We are moving forward to career for Libra. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now around career for Libra. Wow. So I feel like you just went through some stressors that are kind of leaving air. Look at this. We got stress, negative event. We got them in the reverse form, showing, something happened. It got you really, maybe worked up, a little fearful about what was going on with your career. But it is now leaving air. I feel like you're feeling better. You feel like, you're going places. You're starting to manifest and grow in ways, career, financially, that you really want. So you have just pivoted, my dear, into a new energy of excitement about what the future could hold for you career-wise, more emotional contentment, and you feel like you're yet to master it. That's weighing on you. So not all stress is gone, but you're definitely in a lighter mode. But you feel like you're yet to master your career. But this is not a bad thing because this is also motivating you to upgrade, to take the next step. And if you've been thinking about putting yourself out in other ways, okay, career-wise, I definitely would. Look at this friendliness card here. This is showing that maybe even a friend could help you. Start a new career or, a new employment of some sort, whatever it may be. It could be offering, whatever it is. I would be looking to your friends. And this can also only just show, new beginnings that you're very going to be content with, that you're going to meet new people to live a good life from. Feel like your existence matters there, that you're going places, that your work matters, that you're not just doing some job that, you get replaced within, a few minutes if you were to pass away, right? Put up on a little bit of pedestal, better payment. And I feel like this is going to make you happy, more confident, feel more heard, feel like you're, serving your purpose more. And the guys want you to know that you're manifesting this. This is coming from your projections, your daydreams. So you're a powerful being that can call in new opportunity and tons of abundance into your life by just your focus. All right, Libra, I am happy to see that for you. And as always, I'm here for you. Please do not hesitate to reach out. My link is down below. All right, so we are now moving forward to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, what do we see around love for Scorpio? Love for single Scorpios. Man. You're not ready to put yourself out there right now. And, I feel like, you're not hiding out at home. You're not all wounded, but you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. The last rodeo got me. I'm a little worn out. So I'm just going to, enjoy life being me for a little bit. And I feel like that's a really good thing, Scorpio, that you're kind of, enjoying your life without worrying about, pleasing another, being there for another, all that goodness, because we all need that. And I feel like you think that a person's going to enter when it's time for you. And I feel like that's very mature. I feel like you're on the right path. And in all honesty, that's what's going to call in your true love, is working on you, balancing your energy, being your true authentic self, building your passion for life, enjoying life. And this is what I'm seeing this outcome being for you. We got the patience card. So, this is, a relationship that'll be together for many, many moons. We have the compromise card. So this is working together, building a great life, somebody that's very kind, somebody that's understanding. This is definitely your person, okay? And even though you feel like you're rejecting love and you're blocking yourself out for love, what you're really doing is calling in your love when it needs to be. You're not creating blockages. You're working through those blockages. So I really like seeing that, Virgo, or I'm sorry, Scorpio. And I'm excited for you because not long out, I feel like all this work is, you're going to be reaping the benefits, enjoying life, living your best life with your one and only person. All right. So we are moving forward to career and finances. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now around career and finances. Like always, you guys, we have cards flying out the deck. Let's see. Your existence matters. So, I mean, they feel like you really needed to know this, so you are unique. You come to the table with your own knowledge, your own experience, capabilities, all that goodness, okay? And nobody can replace you, all right? So know that to be true. I feel like you've been doing some healing. Maybe you were hiding out a little bit, and, that's all right. One second, you guys. All right. And that's all right to be doing, okay? It's all right to take a step back for a few minutes when it comes to your career. It's all right to be a little lazy, okay? And by that, all I'm meaning is to, live a life of moderation. If we're not taking time out to play, to enjoy life, what message does that give the universe? It says you're not abundant enough. You don't have time to. You enjoy stressing and working every moment and just focusing into this one thing. So they're going to keep creating issues of why you need to focus into this one thing, because they don't understand what's negative. They don't understand what's good. They don't know what you consider to be negative and what's good. They just know how to read your energy, right? And that's what's going to keep remultiplying. So we got to take that time out, and you have no idea how much just taking a time out, drinking a margarita, if you will, spend some time in nature, maybe even go on vacation. You have no idea. It is beyond your illusion how much abundance that can call in for you. All right. So don't worry about, going the extra mile, because if your energy's off, that's not even going to matter, is it? Right? Your energy is the most important. Living a life of moderation, letting the universe know always that you love having this time out. This is what keeps you balanced. That's what keeps you living, being able to be focused, determined, all these different things. This is what you need. So when you do this, this is all you're projecting. You're not being lazy in any way. You are working on you. You're still manifesting and creating your best life. All right. And make this your ordinary. Okay. Make this your ordinary to take time out, getaways, vacations. Maybe once or twice a day, you sit back and do what you consider to be living your best life. Right. Like today, I ordered me some shrimp and some red wine, and between doing these readings and, starting my personal readings, I'm going to take a little time out. I'm going to drink a little wine, eat a little shrimp, live it up a little bit. Let the universe know that's what I deserve. And then I'll start into my readings, right? So yes, live your best life. Let the universe know that's where you're at. That's what you want to do. Okay, so I love that for you, Scorpio. And we are moving forward to Sagittarius. Hi, Saggies. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this with your friends. Maybe show me a little love. All right. So we're going to go right into love for single Saggies. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now. Single Saggies. All right. right, you're not ready for it, right? You're like, I do not want to put in the time. I don't even want to be mature enough right now to be building on relationships. You're wanting to be playful, have fun, enjoy life. And even so, you really don't even have the energy to put yourself out there. Even though you're kind of feeling this, you're like, just wish somebody just come to me while I'm just sitting here in my house hiding away, you know? But it really don't work that way, does it? You know, you got to project. We got projections card in reverse. You got to kind of put yourself out there, you know, invest a little bit of your energy. We got the rebel card in reverse. And that's what's really going to bring in that person, you know, that you can go play with, have a good time with, whatever it may be. But yeah, they're saying that, you know, detach a little bit from work. I feel like a lot of you are putting way too much time into career, you know, worrying about money. You might even be holding on to your finances, like, you know, you're scared that you're never going to have any again. And the guys are saying to break it up a little bit, let go a little bit, have some fun, enjoy life, build your passion, get a little wild, slow down with work. This is a second card that I've seen where it's saying slow down with work. And I feel like that's going to help you be more creative. You know, you're an empress for one. You're calling in energy that's going to help you in a lot of different ways. But you're an empress. I mean, that is what I'm really seeing here. Okay. And you need to really just be you. Let things flow from you. Your intuition, your thought bases are right on path. Don't second guess yourself. Yeah, you know, just go right at it. And I'm sorry, you guys, I kind of combined readings there, right? I'm telling you guys, I channel. So, you know, it just comes. So take it as it does. But I do get that this was, you know, a love reading here and it went straight into career. But that's what's really happening here is because they're playing together. You know, you're letting your career take over your life. And, you know, if you're like me and you love what you do, you know, it's kind of hard not to do, right? But we have to take a step back sometimes. We got to balance our energy, make sure we're doing other things, you know, because in the end, we don't want to affect, you know, the foundation we're building for ourselves, you know, by getting stressed out. We want everything to keep flowing in towards us, right? And through us. So you got to stay right on path and balance that energy, be playful, be fun. And I feel like nobody's been giving you really any attention, not in the manner that you want. And, you know, if you're anything like me, maybe you were ignoring them. And now you're like, they're not paying attention to me. Yeah, you know, so there's always that too. But know that you are very beautiful, very attractive. You're a very passionate being that people are very drawn to. And as you raise that playful energy, not only are you going to realize that your income is building and it's becoming easier for you with less time investment, but you're also going to notice that a lot more people are being drawn to you, reaching out to you, wanting to spend time with you. So yeah, I would be weary of people with third parties. The guides are kind of worrying about that here. You know, somebody that's married or in a deep connection already. So, and I feel like you know it, but maybe you feel drawn to this person. No, that's going to be trouble. I wouldn't entertain that, okay? But this is the outcome. Money not slowing down, life not slowing down, and you having a happy family home, okay? So very abundant. I refer to this card, if you're one of my clients, you've heard this before, as having your cake and ice cream too. Because it shows balance, it shows love, it shows abundance, it shows a home that's secure, stability, you know, and just everything there for the taking. All right, Saggy, raise that passion. And if you need me, my link is down below. All right, we're moving forward to Capricorns. Hi, Cappies. Thank you so much for being here. I am shuffling these babies, and we're going to get right into love. Love for single Capricorns. Guys, what do we see? Oh my goodness, you guys. We just had cards fly out the deck. All right, 1 second. I'm going to have to pick those babies up. All right. Wow. You're holding on to somebody in the past. And I'm seeing something about an empress, a beautiful lady, somebody very intelligent, creative, definitely probably unique in their own right. And you are thinking about this person. You're not willing to compromise some things, and you find the connection to be very odd, unusual. Maybe this person acts different than anybody you've ever encountered before, and you're leaving the door open. I got the 2 of Wands. You're thinking, well, possibly, maybe they'll come back. I really don't know what's going on here. And I feel like this person could definitely come back. I feel like there's been some slowdown in energy between the 2 of you. Maybe this was a good thing. And maybe this was because, energy got very stagnant. I got playful energy in reverse. So maybe you guys kind of hit a rough period for whatever reasoning. But I do feel like this person is very mature in their own right. They're definitely a good catch. And even though their energy has slowed down, I feel like this is going to move forward. For some of you. So if you've kind of had somebody that came forward and they backed up and things are kind of at a standstill, I'm saying something about an adventure being shared, a passionate experience. So maybe a getaway, maybe some time spent together, doing some kind of exciting adventure, romantic thing. I don't know, but it looks like it might get wild. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I like seeing that for you. If somebody's kind of, disappeared on you, you're still feeling the energy, you're still feeling connected. I feel like they're going to pop up and there's going to be possibilities of a hookup or time being spent. All right. Wow. So we are moving forward to career and finances. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now for Capricorn around career and finances. So I feel like something out of the ordinary happened around finances, maybe, like a car issue, just something unexpected that kind of caused a bump in the road. Something you knew you'd get past, but it just really was causing you some aggravations, making you feel like maybe you haven't been good with money, feeling a little exhausted, feel like maybe you should have put yourself out in other directions. Now, with that said, I feel like for majority of you, you have a career, you've invested yourself, but something's happened that's kind of, unbalanced things or caused that instability in your finances, or, maybe you just don't have enough to where you were wanting to do things that you wanted to do this summer. And that's weighing on you. Maybe you've seen that some other people are making more money than you, and maybe that is weighing on you. But you're really not sure what direction you need to go with that. And I feel like you're kind of hiding away from that. Like, you don't want the extra stress. You want your downtime to enjoy life. I feel like you're going to have to figure out what's best for you here. All right. I feel like for majority of you overall, you're stable, you're doing good, and, this works for you. So, maybe it's, being more content with the lifestyle that you built, and stop, focusing into what other people have, or, finding some way to do some kind of on the side to invest in. And I don't feel like a lot of you really want to do that. I feel like there's a lot of, fears around that, a lot of negative feelings around, the extra stress that's going to bring into you. So maybe it's just being more content with the time that you have, I don't feel like the guides are telling you to make a huge step, but maybe realize, that what you have built is a good life. Um, I got the dream card. You manifested this. You've mastered a lot. And I feel like you just feel like something's missing. And that's more the problem here. Then there's an actual financial issue. But for you guys that are wanting to upgrade with time and investment, with the changes of your emotions and thinking around this and building a passion, it could even involve travel. Or bring in money for travel, which would be really amazing. I feel like that was, one of the messages that we saw right away is like, you were wanting to do things this summer, maybe have some getaways, something along the lines of that, but you didn't have the money for it. And this is saying, hey, this is going to give you, the money to be able to, go have a getaway with your lover, maybe, or doing something you feel passionate about. All right. So yeah, take it how you want and leave what doesn't resonate. And do not hesitate to reach out to me. My link is down below. All right, you guys, we are moving forward to Aquarius. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers. Excuse me, you guys. I can't talk all of a sudden. All right, give me some direct answers right now. Oh, we better write down the time, huh? What do you see? Give me some direct answers right now, guys. Single Aquarians. Ooh. You are really on the fence if you want to put yourself out there or not. And you're kind of shocked that you're feeling this way at this point, right? How much effect this past relationship had on you, or how much fears you're carrying. You thought maybe you'd have your passion back, your mojo back. Maybe you had even thought that you would have been committed by now, right? And that hasn't came into flow for you. And you're trying to go with the flow. You're trying to let that go, thinking, everything's just happening the way it needs to happen. But at the same time, you're lacking a little bit of patience. Maybe you're seeing other people happy and you're like, what the holy hell? For some of you, the guides are saying, don't start partying, or maybe you need to slow down on some partying, or just want to tell you that alcohol is not going to be good for your health, or, any kind of drugs or chemicals. So watch yourself, to make sure you're keeping things balanced, making sure you're keeping things healthy, because this is what I'm seeing, you guys. Most of they're drinking a pina colada there. We got it in the reverse form. Right. So I always look at that as like, dealing with drugs, doing too much drinking, too much partying. And then we got the healing card in reverse. So this really could bring in some kind of emotional instability, or, cause some kind of health problems of some sort. So I'm not going to tell you not to drink or to enjoy your best life, but let's just make sure we're using moderation and keeping things healthy. Because that's going to take a toll on whatever's going to come in for you love-wise and how you project yourself, right? I got angry, maybe you're coming off to people resentful when it comes around love, and how people can get sometimes, right? When they have a few drinks, and they start boo-hooing about so-and-so that broke their heart and this and that. And, maybe that's what's going to happen if you start drinking or using whatever it may be. You're going to start projecting some things that you don't desire here. Okay. It's time to take new vision, to upgrade that energy so you can call in what you really want in life. Okay. And that's a supportive, balanced person. So find your harmony, find your peace of mind. And it's also a card of moderation. So, if you don't drink, take it for a grain of salt. If you would definitely not touch a drug, please, don't be like, Miss Geneva's calling me a drug addict. But if that resonates with you, please take it to heart, because I really want you healthy. I want you moderation, and I definitely want you to have peace of mind, harmony, and love in your life. All right. So very cool. And we are moving forward to career. Guys, what do we see for career? Ouch. Okay, I feel like you're trying to hide your true feelings around your career. You're trying to take control. You're trying not to focus into the negative, which, awesome. I love that. You're trying to have some trust and faith here. And, that's really what is going to help you take that control. But at the same time, things are really stagnant for you career-wise, right? You feel like your existence doesn't matter. You're not getting a lot of business, not a lot of participation. Maybe people aren't working good together. And you're not seeing a lot of possibilities for change. This is what the guides are showing you as, which is a card, Two of Swords, or the card of schizophrenia. And this does not mean you have mental illness, you guys, or anything of the sort. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it has nothing to do with what is going on here. This is about your thinking around your career here, okay? And it's like saying that you got to get rid of negative thoughts. You got to focus in. So moderation, making sure that your energy is balanced, because we can do all the work in the world. And if our energy is not balanced, it's going to fail every time. It's going to be smudged up. Something's bad's going to happen as a result, right? Because our energy is the most important before anything else. All right. And I feel like some things are going to come revealed to you. Okay, in the workplace, financially for you, things are going to start opening up. I think you're going to start realizing some other people are not on the same page. There might be even some people that are being fired, let go of, or that you will not be doing business with as time goes. And you're going to start realizing that maybe a lot more about this was about them than you. Okay, so that's. I feel like, this creator of passion is about this other person and, dysfunction of some sort that's going on. All right. So if there's a work partner that can't seem to do their part, things of that nature, that's on them. That's not on you. And you're just got to find some way to balance your energy till that person is out of the picture. And I feel like, that's going to happen soon to come. So kudos to you. All right. Awesome. Aquarians. My link is down below. You can read my reviews, or you can reach out to me for a personalized reading. Thank you for being here. And we're going to move forward to Pisces. Let's see. Pisces. Pisces singles guides. What do we see for Pisces? All right. Wow. You need to take a getaway, raise your passion, get out of your normal area. I feel like, you think pursuing love or responding to people that are trying to pursue you is just going to be disastrous, and you are avoiding it, right? You need to raise your passion. Look, I got the travel card. That's the first card we get. Get out of your normal area. Get some time in nature. Do something new. Do something different. Do something you've been dreaming about that has nothing to do with anybody else, that just makes you feel really good, okay? And, don't even invite anybody else. This is about you. This is about your transformation. It's about letting go what doesn't work for you, building your confidence, your mojo, and getting ready to put yourself out there again. And this is going to take some time, and that is okay, because the more you work on yourself, that is so much more productive than actually trying to put yourself out to love and dating sites or whatever it may be. Because when you are healed, when you're putting off that passionate, amazing energy, you're going to call somebody in on that level. And that's when things get really good, right? That's when things get really exciting. And you don't want somebody that's, not really tuned in and tapped into what's going on, but somebody that's going to put you on a pedestal, that's completely focused into the connection, the time spent. This is about you and them, right? Above everybody else. And that doesn't mean that you have to get married. I don't know why that's a message, but that's what I'm seeing here. The guys are saying that doesn't matter. You don't have to be married at all, to take control of your life, have a love life, and enjoy life to the finest. And maybe that's the issue, is you don't want to get married. Other people are like, oh, I'm looking for marriage. and you're just wanting to blend lives. You're just wanting to enjoy life with your person till it don't work anymore, right? And I feel like that's healthy, you guys. I don't feel like that's a big deal, and I feel like you can find somebody matching of energy of that. Trust card, and that was pretty direct. Maybe that's not for everybody that's a Pisces, but if it is for you, no, you're on the right path. That's the path for you, and have trust and faith, and that's what your true authentic self wants in their life. Okay. And you don't have to understand where this is going. You don't have to feel guilty for not wanting what the common person wants. Okay. Follow what makes you feel good. Follow what makes you feel passionate. And again, I feel like this is drawing you out to travel, to get out of your normal area. Get on a getaway. A love getaway with yourself. All right. Awesome. All right. Awesome. I love seeing that for you. I feel like you are about to become very bold, very assertive, and tons of people are going to be drawn to you, wanting to spend time with you. All right. So we are moving forward to Pisces career. Whew. And we have cards flying out the deck, of course. All right. Pisces and career. You took a devastation around career. Feel like you maybe been manipulated or cheated by somebody. And this could be definitely past tense. That's a feel I'm getting more than in the moment. Yeah, and you don't really understand why that happened. It's still weighing on you. You're thinking about what the holy hell? I'm this good person. I'm a good worker. I try hard. I'm creative. I don't understand why I was treated this way or why this person responded to me this way. And the guys are saying this is more about them than it is you. And you are just at the verge of your greatness. So don't let anybody get you off track of when you're on the verge of your greatness. Like you're yet to see all the opportunities, possibilities, and all the amazing abundance that you're calling into your life. Okay. So I love to see this for you. And it's going to become revealing itself. It's been in the background for the taking the whole time. And now it's starting to come and reveal itself. But we have to let go of all these different things that are weighing on us. Being like, why? What? I don't understand. And in the long run, you'll get it more. Okay. Right now, you're maybe not meant to understand. It's not done yet. The rodeo is far from over. All right, Pisces. So stick in there. I feel like in a couple months or so, you'll have a better idea of where this is taking you. And it's going to be amazing because whatever it is has something to do with your past life as well. So if you're following a passion, this is not your first life of doing it. And all this is going to come clear to you. Look at this awareness. And I would say majority of you are not in a normal field. Like you've created a business, a field that's like no other, or you're doing it so different in your own unique style that it's like no other. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I love reading for you. My links are down below. Reach out to me for a more detailed reading. But please make sure you're subscribing, liking, maybe even show me a little love. All right, you guys, I'm going to be doing this every week. So see you soon. Mwah.